Thank you for watching. Comment any ideas you would like to see in future videos. I'll do my best. Be sure to vote for your favorite merch design. I hope the music was to your liking. Please support the channel so I can afford to branch into other art content and maybe gaming.
10 Best Murim Manhwa, Ranked. Murim Manhwas combine martial arts, the supernatural, and heroic ventures in a captivating way, inspired by East Asian martial arts culture. The genre explores the relationship between the physical and metaphysical, creating intense narratives that accommodate a broad range of readers. From revenge-driven tales like The Legend of Azura to wholesome stories of fatherhood like Peerless Dad, the genre offers diverse and engaging stories within the Murim world. One of the most popular genres of manhwa, Murim Manhwas represents a captivating combination of martial arts, the supernatural and heroic ventures usually brought about in a vast and fantastical world. The word Murim in manhwa usually represents a society of martial arts, and the genre draws inspiration from the East Asian martial arts culture. Heavily dominated by concepts of martial arts culture, the genre explores the relationship between the physical and the metaphysical and creates intense and thrilling narratives. It also incorporates various subgenres, accommodating a broader range of readers. Regarding Murim Manhwas, here are some of the best the genre offers. 10. The Legend of Azura, the Venom Dragon. The Legend of Azura is a manhwa that explores the theme of revenge to the max. The story, set in a Murim world, follows Jin Jaekong, a member of the Yangmun medicinal sect with a rich and long-standing history within the Murim. In a massacre meant to leave no survivors, Jin becomes the sole survivor of the sect. Seething with rage and anger, he vows revenge, and that begins the poisonous journey of vengeance where nothing but the blood of his enemies will sate the survivor of the Yangmun massacre. 9. Demon of Mount Hua Sect. Born with a lame leg and discriminated against, Damho has the worst possible condition for a martial artist due to his disability. Despite being severely mocked and told that it is impossible to become a martial artist, Damho is persistent in his training to overcome his limits. Thought to be dead in an unfortunate expedition, Damho is abandoned by his sect under the rubble of a mountain. Still, with a burning desire to survive and go beyond his limits, Damho re-emerges as a master at the mention of whose name all of the Murim will come to fear and acknowledge. 8. Murim Login. The story, set in a world of monsters and hunters, follows Jin Taekyung, a low-rank monster hunter struggling to make a living. He comes across a peculiar VR machine and accidentally logs into a game, which is, in fact, another world, a Murim world. With no choice but to survive in the hope of escaping the game, he is forced to level up, and after several attempts, he finally returns to his world. He soon finds out that all the skills and abilities gained in the game have been transferred with him back to his reality. Out of care for the comrades he makes in the game, he chooses to return to the game. 7. Reaper of the Drifting Moon. The series is another captivating tale of revenge, martial arts, and violence. The story follows Pyo Wol, a young orphan and wanderer. Without family or relatives, Pyo Wol wanders around the continent, exploring and experiencing it firsthand. His life of freedom, however, takes a sour turn when he is kidnapped and forced to become an assassin. Determined to survive, he endures through hellish training until it is time to fulfill his objective. Trying to find out the mastermind behind his abduction, he is left on the brink of death and undergoes a deadly transformation, and with this, he is finally ready to begin his quest for vengeance. 6. Peerless Dad. Contrary to the typical Murim manhwa, Peerless Dad presents a much more wholesome story of fatherhood, marriage, and single parenthood underneath the usual battles, martial techniques, and intimidating individuals. The story centers around Gaejang No, a single father of 2 children who loses his wife after the birth of his second child. Devastated by the loss of his wife, he promises never to neglect his children in any circumstance. Gaejang is not particularly quick-witted, but he is skilled enough as a martial artist, and for the sake of his children, he is determined to improve his skills and protect them. 5. Return of the Mt. Hua Sect. Dying in battle is a thing of honor for most martial artists, but the protagonist, Chung Myung, disagrees. Dying once in battle, Chung Myung the Sword Saint awakens after a century in the body of a young boy. Determined to reclaim his former status as the Sword Saint, he returns to the Mount Hua Sect, but what he finds on his return is not what he expected. Disgraced and nearly penniless, the Mount Hua Sect, Chung Myung returns as a shadow of its former self and was rapidly declining. Unable to let go of the past, he is determined to restore the sect to its former glory. For the Breaker. The breaker brings the world of the Murim to modern society, making for an exciting combination. The story follows Shi Woon Yi, a weak high school student who is the target of constant assault and bullying at his school. However, his life takes a drastic turn when he accidentally discovers that the newly transferred teacher, Chun Woo Han, is a martial arts master. Witnessing his teacher's skills, he begs Chun Woo to make him his disciple and teach him how to defend himself. With this, Shi Woon becomes a part of the dangerous world of the Murim, where only the strong can survive. 3 Gosu. The series follows the protagonist, Gang Ryong, a martial artist burdened with his master's revenge. His master, Dako Ryong the Heavenly Destroyer, once the most feared martial master of the Murim, was betrayed by his followers and allies. As a dying wish of his master, Gang Ryong takes up his master's request for vengeance, armed with his master's overwhelming martial art. Raised to be the ultimate weapon for his master's enemies, Gang Ryong grows immensely powerful and ensures to fulfill his master's dying wish. 2 Nano Machine. The protagonist, Yeon Woo-chan, seems destined to live a life of weakness and oppression when suddenly he obtains a unique item, the Nano Machine, a unique power system infused into his body. Seizing his window of opportunity, Yeon Woo quickly rises through the ranks of the demonic with the aid of the Nano Machine, becoming immensely powerful along the line. Determined to reach the pinnacle of strength of the heavenly demonic cult, Yeon Woo must prove his strength to all. The story combines the classical trope of the overpowered main character, who constantly gets stronger, making for an engaging read. 1 Legend of the Northern Blade. The series is an intense and captivating tale of the Northern Wall. The story follows Jin Mu-won, who inherits the position of sect leader of the Northern Heavenly Sect from his father, a martial master acknowledged by the whole of Jeonghyu, another name for Murim in the series. Firstly portrayed as weak and hopeless, Mu-won only uses this as a front as he seeks revenge on the Central Heavenly Alliance, the organization responsible for his father's death. Determined to carry out his revenge, he disappears without a trace and re-emerges years after, having mastered the Northern Sect's ultimate techniques. The story, firstly thought to be one of revenge, becomes a chaotic storm that threatens to bring the Murim world to its knees, with Jin Mu-won at the heart of it all.
Comment any ideas you would like to see in future videos. I'll do my best. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell.
Hello. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future content, comment and let me know. I know many are not comfortable with AI art, but I am saving to gather supplies to delve into other art styles. It will take time, but I am hoping to get into resin, woodworking, and metalworking. All I ask, please enjoy my videos.